Hi friends, it's been a while. So this video is gonna be a little long because I have so much to say. So we're gonna talk about housekeeping first, and then I'm gonna talk my thoughts and books that I'm reading and stuff like that, and then I'm gonna give you like a rundown of what I did this month because I was not here. Clearly you see the hair. I just be crashing out sometimes, you know, and hair grows back. So at work, I can't really dilly-dally because they block literally everything. Like Canva is blocked. I can't make pretty presentations, and I spend a lot of time at work. So I would like to make you guys pretty presentations and talk about like serious stuff, but because I was reading the comments from the last video and it seems like people are pretty interested in learning stuff, but you know, it just takes a lot of time. It's not even like, I don't think research is hard per se, it's just like you need a lot of time and energy to go through sources. One thing that I think AI is really bad at is research. Again, that's why I like to read books, because people spend so much time researching things. Sorry, I wrote notes because I'm gonna talk forever. I like to work on things that I care about. I get obsessed and uninterested really quickly, so I go through like lots of rabbit holes. I learn about a lot of things, but compiling them is a lot of work. Overall, I want this channel to still be like a place where I share thoughts. So expect more rants, maybe more, you know, trains of thoughts. I will do like more in-depth research stuff maybe here and there, but I'm like right now I'm like reading so many books and I have so many questions, and you know how like I like to read my second book then, like yeah, and like monologues, longs here and there. That's what you should expect if I post. I was really like looking into middle class. I think a lot of people forget that middle class was created out of policy. We have to understand that policy got us to middle class. Like without policies, we would never have middle class. There's so many policies, but I think a good amount refers back to the FDR's like New Deal was very important and impactful. At the same time, racial wealth inequality, also the gap just grew larger because of how certain programs operated. So you know how I read Evicted? I currently just finished Poverty by America, and I think he describes it well of how systematically the exploitation of resources from the poor. I started The Color of Law, I believe that's the book. I haven't finished, but that also talks about the racial inequality. What else have I been reading? I've been reading a lot of Substacks actually. I'm gonna link a Substack that I thought was pretty interesting about like, so like, yes, okay, poverty is a problem, but like where do we start? I think like housing is also a big issue, and I think in media they're always like, oh my gosh, housing crisis, but like it's such a general term that I don't think it's like very well explained. I'm gonna link the Substack that I read and I thought was really interesting. He broke it down to like 3 different main issues with housing. I thought that was pretty interesting. I think like in order to tackle poverty, we have to tackle housing, but then at the same time, like it's not like anyone wants to. I don't know, from all the things I've read, it seems like, you know, it's a solvable problem. It's just like we don't want to solve it, it seems. I don't know. Just the books that I've been reading, I guess. I also finished Minor Feelings. I started that book a long time ago, like a couple of years ago, but I just kept getting angry reading it because the author is a Korean American and she was writing like the frustrations of being Asian American. And at the time when I was reading that book, I felt exactly the same, but it was just making me mad. But also like when I was reading anything, I was just mad because I guess like growing up, like not understanding like how poorly people have been treated along the ways, and it's frustrating. But like now I think I got into a point where I sat myself down and like really taken in the book for what it is. I don't think the focus is, you know, being mad. I think we all have the right to be angry about a lot of things, but I don't think like the purpose of the book was trying to evoke anger. It was more to like really explain her perspective, and I thought was really interesting actually. Like when I finished the book, I think it was a pretty good book, and I think I could relate in some aspects. So I don't know, I was thinking about like breaking down all of the policies, but it's a pretty like quick read. I think I'll add some links about like the New Deal. I think that that's pretty interesting, and it really did help a lot of people get to where they are, but also like racial wealth inequality. Anyways, why did I want to talk about this? Because like, you know me, and I have always stand by like we need education, we need education. I think I've been preaching this the whole time. I think again, like you don't focus on education when you don't have a place to like sleep. So I think that is a very important issue. Oh, I think I wrote this down because I want to make an argument, and then I think also like we should be making the argument that keeping people poor is a violation of freedom? Because, okay, let's break this down, okay? So there's a thing called negative freedom, right? Where like government can't search your house, the government can't silence your speech and can't tell you what you believe in. And then we have positive freedom, where it's like the life of self-determination. My argument is like, you can't exercise any negative freedom without positive freedom first. You can't pursue happiness if 80% of your income goes to the landlord and remove you in 30 days. The constitutional freedom assumes a floor that the Constitution never guaranteed. Yeah, so I think like housing instability is a freedom violation. Also, reading like Poverty by America really explains it well. And you know what's fascinating? Like reading books is fascinating because like, people have thought about these things longer and in depth and earlier than I have. I just, go down rabbit holes, I kind of stopped posting also because, again, there's so much going on. I don't know, I think I needed to step back for a minute from all media and stuff because it's hard to have hope at times, especially when like every media outlet is like, oh my gosh, this is happening. I started reading Hope in the Dark, and I think, you guys can also give it a read. Not finished, but I'm working through it. Hope is very powerful, and I think it's also like a domino effect. Having hope will trigger action, and losing hope really takes away from that. So I think it's okay to step back and not listen to the noise and focus on things that you care about. Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of thinking. I'm writing a lot of things down. So I'm gonna ponder it more in writing. Unfortunately, I can't give you like a very good conclusion yet. Let's see, I'll give you some life updates. Let's see. This month, me and my sister went to another concert. I'm gonna read you a little part of my thing that I'm still writing. Also, I think you guys who have been here for a long while, my channel is literally all over the place. I tell you guys, I overshare about my relationship because my lack of relationships. There we go. I think that's like the easiest thing for me to share because I don't really care about it. It's really funny. I still get dumb comments sometimes, occasionally, on the videos that I shared about like the lack of relationship. I don't know, why are people so mad about like me living my life? It's not that deep. It is not that deep. I still go on dates and I still give people chances, and you know, there are very nice people out there, and I've been on, you know, pretty decent dates, just not for me, you know. I just got issues. And I've been saying this the whole time, like it's not that serious, not that serious. Anyways, I was just like writing things down about like my feelings again. I think I have a problem that I really need to solve, but I don't know how to solve it, so kind of cycles, and I feel like I'm back in the cycle, and I just want to read this little part to you guys. So I wrote, my friend said that I just like slow burn. 2 years, she said. Yeah, most people call 2 years a relationship. I'm over here running the urge out of people while my emotions build up. Maybe that's why I can't make it past 2 dates, because 3, I would be held responsible. I would have been forced to answer a question I have always left unanswered, because at the end of it, they'll answer it. Well, I'll try to erase it, and it has never ended pretty. Maybe somewhere in me, I don't want it pretty. I'm undeserving of pretty. Then please leave it ugly. Leave the pencil marks, but leave it unanswered. Deal with my calls occasionally, and I'll answer yours. That's the most comfortable for me. So clearly I am a problem. I don't know. I think way too much when I'm like, okay, like, do I even get into a relationship? Like, I can't even get to that point. Like, I think I'm dumb enough to like deal with someone because I like them. If someone is like just like tolerating me, then like, why am I in a relationship? You know? Anyways, that is that. I don't know. That's like the least of my problems, but I just think it's funny because it's been like a while. I never like been able to define what I like in a person, to be honest. Like, I can like a lot of people as friends. If I like really like somebody, a lot of times it's out of comparison to like, oh, I like this person more than I like any other person, then I like that person, you know? And I have always lived this way, and I'm so slow. Like with emotions too, it's like I need time, and a lot of times where it's like when I'm ready, they're done processing their emotions. Hello, 就这样吧. I will talk to you guys when I talk to you guys. Have a great day. Hope the world is treating you well, even though, you know, sorry, there's just so much going on in my head, okay? It feels like all the tabs are open, and I don't know how to restart. So just a quick check-in. Alive and healthy, at least, right? 好啦，再说啦，拜拜，就这样。